Falafel have long been a street food favourite, eaten in bustling markets and street corners all around the world. Gorgeous, nutty and lightly spiced, with a wholesome crunchiness perfect for squashing into a wrap with some smoky char-grilled veg and a splash of funky fresh tomato salsa. And my falafel aren't frumpy, they're fun, flavoursome mouthfuls. It's a winner, all in 15 minutes. Okay, falafels, we love them. It's street food, it's gorgeous, you know, inspired by all that Middle Eastern sort of vibe. You know, it's a fantastic meat-free way to have beautiful protein, and you can flavour them in so many ways. You can eat them in so many different ways. I'm doing them in a wrap, which is going to be gorgeous. And they're so simple to make. And also, by not deep frying them, you know, lightly frying them in lovely olive oil, you can make them much healthier. So, first up, I've got 1 tin of mixed beans. And there's like kidney beans in there, cannellini beans, you know, a mixture of different beans. And then I've got some chickpeas. Just give them a good old shake and drain them. We go straight over to a food processor. Really need these to make your life a lot easier. So what we want to do is flavour those. So a nice pinch of pepper, a good pinch of salt, and then we're going to go in there with the stalks of about, let's say, that much, sort of a regular small-sized bunch of coriander. I'll take the top off for garnish and nice things later, and the stalks can go in here. Beautiful flavour in there. I want to get some perfume going into there, so I'm going to use a lemon, oh, it's a bit of a frisky one, and a fine grater, OK? And these fine graters, you can get them on a box grater. They're so good for just taking the bare, beautiful, fragrant zest off of here. And this is wonderful in cooking. So that's going to lighten, you know, because those beans have got a wonderful texture. They're going to allow you to have a falafel that's crispy on the outside and fluffy in the middle. But they're kind of, the flavours are a bit down just with that. So I just want to edge those flavours up. So I want a little more help. One friend that I've got here is harissa. Fantastic ground chilies with a little oil. I've got some allspice here. It's a mixture of black pepper, cumin, cinnamon, and a little nutmeg. So a heaped teaspoon of that goes in there. A little bit Christmassy, a little bit mulled winey, those flavours. And then I've got some nice harissa here, about a tablespoon. And then I want plain flour. That's going to help bind it. It's going to help get that nice crispy top. So 1 heaped tablespoon going in there like that. Waz that up, takes seconds. Those hints of lemon zest, chilli and spice will really lift this mix and bring the falafel to life. Nice. It's dead easy doing this. It's good fun. I've got a little trick for you. Get it all out. Try and get as much out as possible. Use a spatula. So we've got our falafel mix here. Go and wet your hands. Obviously you want clean hands, but having wet hands is really helpful. It allows it to not stick to your hands. So we can just move it around like that. We can divide it into half, then into quarters, and then each quarter into 2. So we want 8 little balls, right? My pan is hot, and just with the wet hands, you can make a decent little patty like that. Pat it down like that, and it won't stick too badly. I'm just going to put a tablespoon of olive oil in there and put my little falafel in there. I don't want to spend loads of time doing this because I want them to all cook at the same time. So I'm just going to pat them down. Here we go. I'll kind of put them in almost like meatballs. You can really get most of that falafel off the bottom of your board as well. So I'm just going to pat this out a little bit. Keep them all separate like this. Let them have a little fry up. We'll have that on a medium heat until really golden on each side. Flattening my falafel increases the area hitting the heat, which helps them to go really golden and crispy. Now I want to contrast that with some colourful char-grilled veg. I've got some peppers, red and yellow. The old trick of just get your 2 thumbs in here, push them in, and then just rip open this bad boy. So we get rid of him. Same again there, rip it open, pull it out. And then in our griddle pan here, just tear it up into random pieces. You know, these are going to go in your wraps, so, you know, depends how big your mouth is. Don't say anything, I know what you're going to say. And then I've got 4 spring onions here. I'm simply going to just cut them in half, just like that. Throw them in, get them in the mix. And they'll char and they'll do nice things. I'm going to season these a little salt and pepper, because that's what they want, right? And just let them char up while these are cooking. So I'll leave my peppers to soften and sweeten, I'll check up on my falafel, and my next job is a super fresh, quick salsa. Now, you can wash this out if you want. I'm not bothered. So I'm going to whack in there some nice ripe tomatoes, a little handful, a good pinch of salt and pepper, and then we want to go in with half, see these coriander leaves here, go in with half of those, right? And then I want to get some real flavour and sort of zing in there. 1 or 2 limes, it really depends how sort of juicy yours are. Give them a little roll up like this. Let's try one first and see where we're at. Squeeze in the juice. Oh, that's a nice juicy one. I probably only need one then. In there like that. And a fresh chilli for that beautiful fragrance. You know, always try your fresh chilli. Sometimes if they don't water them for a couple of days, they get all hotter all of a sudden. So just always worth trying a bit so it doesn't stitch you up. And then I'm going to use a garlic crusher. I'm going to leave my garlic unpeeled, put it in there, bosh it, squeeze it. Nice. OK, so let's zip this up. Nice, fresh, delicious salsa. You can go kind of coarse and crude. You can go in the middle. Or you can go fine. Let's have a little taste up. Does it need salt? No, it's fine. Does it need chili? No, it's fine. It's good. I'm happy with that. OK, so that's looking good. Let's get a couple of little dishes. I'm going to use my old cups because I like them. They remind me of me nan. Me nan's a beautiful woman. Bless her heart. OK, so pour that lovely fresh salsa into there. And some leftover, which I can use as a dressing another day. I can smell some nice toasting going on. Let's get into these falafels now. Let's flip these over. Yes. What's nice about this is we're creating incredible crispness without deep frying, you know? So we just toss those over, and these are cooking in lovely extra virgin olive oil, nice and slow, nice and slow. They're looking good. I'm well chuffed. I've got a salsa. I've got me veggies. Let's have a little look at the veggies. All I've got to do here is stir it up. There's no right or wrong way to do this. Just give it a little shake up. You don't want to cook them all through, but you're kind of taking the rawness out of the peppers and putting char and flavour on. They're looking really good. Nice. Exciting little dinner going on here.
So my peppers are charring perfectly. My falafel are getting nice and golden. And now it's the final touch, my creamy chili spiked sauce.
I've got some beautiful cottage cheese. I'm going to grab some red pickle as well. And it tastes absolutely delicious. And it's virtually fat-free. I don't know how they do it. So we've got about 250 grams just going into my little cup here. And I'm going to grab some chili sauce. And I'm just going to douse this in the chili sauce. And before you say it, look, the cottage cheese is so refreshing, right? About a tablespoon of that sauce goes on. It really isn't going to make it super hot at all, I can promise you. But that, with these falafels, is off the chart. It's incredible. All I'm going to do now is get some tortillas here. You can get the whole wheat ones, which are really nice to try. Just as a wodge, just put them into the microwave and just give them 30 seconds, not to cook them or make them crispy, just to make them soft and steamy and pliable to wrap up things. Grab a platter or a tray and let's just make our lovely little world here.
First, tangy tomato salsa and that creamy chili dip. The tortillas are steaming and ready for wrapping.
It's like a deck of cards, but full of steam.
Then dish out the lovely smoky sweet char-grilled veg. And those knockout crispy golden falafels.
Crispy, golden, delicious.
Scatter over some fresh fragrant coriander. And I love to finish it with some tangy pickled red cabbage.
When you eat it, it's just heaven in a nutshell. It's exciting food. You know it makes sense. You know it's going to be gorgeous. And then quite simply, fold it up and just eat it quickly. That's all you've got to do, just eat it.
Stunning street food fit for a king. Fantastic falafel wraps in just 15